It always starts the same way. You're sitting alone, quiet, observing, and people can't explain it. But something about you makes them uneasy, not because you're loud, but because you see too much. And in a world built on illusions, the one who sees clearly becomes a threat. You've probably noticed it. That shift in the room when you speak. The way people glance at each other. The way conversations die the moment you start asking the real questions. It is not your intelligence that intimidates them. It is the effect your intelligence has on their comfort. Because most people don't want truth. They want reassurance. They want validation. They want a world that matches their illusion. But you don't play along. You don't pretend. You don't smile at nonsense or participate in empty noise. And society knows. Once a person starts thinking independently, they stop being easy to control. Let me explain why. Here's the truth. Intelligent people are dangerous for one simple reason. They break patterns. And human society runs on predictable patterns. Routines. Rules. Unspoken agreements. Fake hierarchies. When someone questions those patterns, that person is not smart. Very disruptive. Intelligence makes you see manipulation. It makes you detect hidden motives. It allows you to decipher tone, silence, timing, inconsistency. People aren't scared of intelligent minds. They're scared of what intelligent minds expose. Because intelligence doesn't bow to emotional blackmail. It doesn't clap for foolishness just to fit in. It doesn't fall for the subtle mind games that society uses to keep people compliant. That's not love, that's control. And you don't respond to control the way they want you to. Think about the workplace. Someone with high intelligence never clashes with the loudest person. They clash with the most insecure person. Because insecurity hates clarity. It hates competence. It hates the person who doesn't need validation, approval, or permission. You've seen it. You speak once, and suddenly the room gets quiet. You ask one question, and someone gets defensive. You make one observation, and people start whispering when you leave. You didn't insult anyone. You didn't brag. You simply revealed the thing they were trying to hide. And in a fragile society, truth is a weapon, not because it destroys, but because it removes the mask people cling to for identity. This isn't random. It's psychology. The average person lives inside a mental cage made of social expectations, emotional insecurity, fear of judgment, desire to belong. Intelligent people break that cage naturally, not to rebel, but because the cage never made sense to them in the first place. And society cannot control someone who doesn't fear isolation, someone who doesn't crave validation, someone who questions everything, including themselves. You see, when you think deeply, you make shallow people uncomfortable, not because you're trying to, but because your existence reveals how much they've avoided their own depth. You force people to face themselves, and most people would rather hate you than face themselves. The real reason intelligent people scare society? Because intelligence reflects hypocrisy, insecurity, manipulation, weakness, laziness, emotional immaturity. Your presence becomes a mirror people didn't ask for, a mirror they don't want, a mirror they can't escape. People don't fear your mind. They fear what your mind reveals about them. That's why they call you too serious, too quiet, too intense, too observant. They're not describing you. They're describing the way they feel when they cannot hide around you. So if you've ever wondered why, you intimidate people without trying. You attract envy without provoking. You get misunderstood without speaking. Understand this. IT is not a flaw. IT is a consequence of awareness. In a world where everyone wants the spotlight, you became the X-ray machine. In a world obsessed with noise, you became the silence that reveals everything. And society will always fear those who can't be lied to, those who can't be manipulated, those who think, observe, question, and understand. Because intelligence isn't just knowledge. IT's clarity. IT's perception. IT's mental freedom. And nothing scares society more than a free mind.